So hey everybody, this is Chad the Gaming Dad, and we're back. This time it's a little bit different because we're just going on a bike ride. Just wanted to talk about the channel and a little bit about what we're going to be doing in the future. Oh, here we go. Thought I'd take you on a little bike ride around town. We have some pretty cool trails here, so off we go. It was just a nice morning out here, so I thought, hey, let's go for a ride and talk about the channel a little bit. Probably going to have some edits in between things, so it's not going to be a continuous thought process because I don't want to freak people out. So anyway, just wanted to give a quick update for the channel and things like that. And it's been a rough year for everybody, obviously, but some stuff is starting to come back around a little bit. But the one thing that's bothering me in specific to gaming, I just wanted to say that other stuff real quick at the beginning here, that obviously there's other things going on worse than games, but right now is a time when you need them. It's when you actually really need games, because it helps keep you occupied, keep your mind off of things sometimes when you want to just, I don't know, chill out, forget about problems and just play some games. All right, hang on, let's get up this hill. Depending on how this audio sounds, I may have to redub my voice later on, because right now I'm trying not to breathe all in the microphone like a heavy breather. Woo, here we go. Nice. I didn't crash, but the camera came off. That's fun. And we're back. Good thing I'm wearing this microphone that's plugged into the GoPro, because that's what saved us. It hung on by the grace of the microphone. Lucky, lucky. All right, so back to video games. That's what we're talking about here. Talking about games, talking about the next gen. Well, guys, my channel has always been kind of a mixed bag, a whole bunch of different stuff. Hence why we're going on a bike ride today. But going forward, something that's going to drop off the channel is going to be new stuff. Unless, of course, it comes out on something that I already have, because I am not planning on buying any of the next gen consoles at this point. So with that being said, my channel is going to turn into what is going to officially be a retro only, because in a couple of months, even the PS4 and the Xbox One, all the stuff that I currently have will be retro. Heck, the only thing that I'll own that's going to be current gen will be a Switch at that point, which is pretty much just playing lots of retro games anyway. It's got a few new ones on it though, and I actually really like the Switch. It's good. So yeah, if it comes out on the Switch and it's still new, I guess technically that won't be a retro video if I choose to cover that. But really, I don't know. The more I keep playing stuff, the more I keep buying things. Seems like in the past I was more of a collector of video games, and now I'm more of a collector of hard drives. I never really got into the hobby because I wanted to collect hard drives. Last week, I had to buy another hard drive for my PS4 because it's full. And you can use more than one hard drive on a PS4 externally. You just can't use them at the same time. So I have a PS4 Pro, and it has a 1 terabyte inside. I try not to use anything or load any games on the hard drive that's actually inside the PS4, because it has to do saves and it has to do all kinds of stuff. Heck, even if you put something on an external, it keeps a little something on there, about a gigabyte sometimes, just for something that has to be on the actual hard drive in the console. But in addition to that, I have an 8 terabyte external, which is full, and then I just bought another 5. So I had to do a whole bunch of wrangling and moving games around, and it took all day to get it all set up, honestly. And so now I'm okay. I got plenty of room between all the different drives, that anything else that comes out for the rest of the PS4 before it's completely done, I'll have room for it. But yeah, last week doing that really opened my eyes, and it was just a bit disheartening too to realize that I'm a collector of hard drives. I mean, when I was a kid and in the past, the games would come on cartridges, the games would be self-contained, there were no updates to download for good or for bad, depending on if they shipped with bugs in them or not. But I mean, it was what it was. Today, you can still go out and buy an old game and plug it in, and as long as it's functioning, it's as good as it was the day it was brand new. You're not going to miss out on anything. Nothing is going to, I don't know, you're just not going to lose something that you otherwise would have. You just get it, it's in the cartridge, you play it, it's good. I'm not personally going to do it, so here's a free tip for all of you entrepreneurs out there. If you want to set up a website that's going to be really popular in about 10 years, maybe a little bit more, but a website that's going to be really popular, if you can go ahead and find all the updates and all the things that you need to make games functional on a PS4 or an Xbox One, and you save all that crap on your website for the future, I have a feeling people are going to need to go to that website a lot. So now we're getting into my favorite part of the bike ride back here, where we go through the woods. This is some cool stuff. This reminds me of a game that my son wanted really bad that we just got recently, Descenders, on PS4. It's on a bunch of other stuff too. It's been on PC forever. But it's a mountain biking, trail riding kind of a game. It's pretty cool. And he just backflips all over the place like a madman, so it's a good time. It is pretty cool how you can live in it's a small city, but it's still a city. And within a couple of minutes, you can ride your bike out here and be out in the middle of nowhere. It's cool. Anyways, back to the games and stuff. Like I was saying, you want to have a website in the future, get one that has all the updates, because none of the games these days work without them. That's why we have to collect hard drives. It's really sad that I have to worry about, like, if I want to play these games later on down the road, I better get all the updates now and save them before the games are taken off the store, or the updates aren't there, or who knows what. There's games that I still have on my 360 that you can't buy anymore, and if I download them, or I mean if I delete my download, I can't download them again. So really, with all that being said, I've been playing some of the new stuff. I've been playing a lot of the old stuff too. And I'm finding that my bad habit that I have of not finishing games, only playing the first hour or two, and then constantly wanting to buy more games, that bad habit is going to serve me well in the future, because I now have hundreds of games that are really good, that have hundreds of hours left in many of them individually. I can just play them forever. As long as my PS4 works, or I can buy another one if it breaks. I got enough. So yeah, I'm just gonna stick with what I got. I've been playing all these old games and been having a lot of fun with them. Threw in some 360 games, stuff like, gosh, like old Command & Conquer, because I've been seeing videos for the new remastered one. Well, I put in the old one that's not remastered, and it's still pretty fun too. Been playing lots of these arcade 1-ups that I have, and that's another eye-opener. I can't tell you how many hours I've played on Golden Tee. That thing is very addictive. Makes you want to play it all day. And that's a good thing. But these things are from back in '98. They're old. The graphics on them don't look super exciting, but the gameplay's fun. It's addicting. I still haven't got a hole-in-one. I really want one. I'm gonna keep trying. It's great when you're cooking food, put something in the oven, it's gonna take a half hour, you gotta stand around, play some Golden Tee. Yeah, people are out doing their things. It's good to just get out and get some fresh air and sunshine. It's not a bad day today. So we're getting close to the point where I usually turn around and go back home, because this is, gosh, I think this is like the 2 or 3 or 4 mile mark, something like that. I have a thing here that I can watch stuff in my phone, but phone's dead this morning, so I can't tell you exactly. I don't remember. Not that it matters. So anyways, got some other cool news coming up. Like I said, the channel is going to be changing into more retro stuff, so if you like retro stuff, stick around, because that's what we're going to have. Anything up through current gen right now, but nothing forward, because I'm done with it. They have no respect for the players, and the fact that we just have to keep buying hard drives and stuff like that to just maintain things that they sell us that don't work. I understand it's the digital age. We can't just have cartridges again like the good old days. Woo! Does the echo pick up on the recording? That would be cool if it did. So I understand that we are in the times that we are, but guess what? I always say you never outgrow video games, but I didn't mean that you always like the new stuff, because I certainly don't. I mean, I'm not a Fortnite guy or a multiplayer only guy, multiplayer microtransactions, gotta get that skin. I don't do that crap. I just like playing games. Been a couple good ones came out, but a lot of the stuff we get nowadays is cash grabs, cash. So yeah, going forward, the channel is going to basically just be about the old stuff. I did a video not too long ago about one of my favorite old Intellivision games, Space Spartans. You should watch that video if you have not already. It's good. I try to explain everything I know about that game. And something super cool for those of you who are Intellivision fans, and more specifically if you're interested in the Amico, the new Intellivision that's going to be coming out. Now, I just spent 10 minutes telling you I'm not buying anything new. Well, I might get an Amico. That's not really new though. They're not asking you to buy endless hard drives and overpriced games that are basically DLCs and stuff. No, they are going to be focusing on more affordable, family-friendly games that are just fun. And I hope that they're actually going to start releasing more of the classics. I know they have a couple of them in production or that are scheduled to be released. A couple of them that are remakes of old classics, like Bomb Squad. God, I loved Bomb Squad. I need to do a video on Bomb Squad. But they've got remakes of old classics, and I'm hoping that maybe along with those remakes we actually get the classics too to play on a current system that plugs in with HDMI. So anyway, it's not just the fact that the Amico is on the way that's cool news. The really cool news is that I'm going to be on a podcast very soon that has to do with that topic. And it looks like it could be a very, very cool podcast to be on. I don't want to say any more about it because it's not out yet and it's just scheduled. And I don't like saying anything too much until it's actually happened, but believe me, after it's done and we got it in the can, so to speak, and it's going to be released and it's going to be published, I'll let you know all about it. But yeah, keep your eyes open for that. Hey. So I don't know. That's pretty much what I have so far as updates and things like that goes. I guess on the ride back home, just talk about a few other things, I guess. Been playing some other games. Some of these new ones that I did get. Ghost of Tsushima. I love that game. I don't know, ever since I played all the Yakuza games, and I really grew to appreciate Japan even more from playing the Yakuza games. So playing this Ghost of Tsushima, which is their distant history, but it's their history nonetheless, I'm really having a good time. It's exciting, it's fun. The only problem I have with it, and it's not really a problem, it's just the way that it was marketed and a lot of the reviews, how they're talking about it. Don't necessarily agree with all of that. I agree that it's a really good game and it's really fun, but there's always a big but. It is just another open world game, albeit a beautiful looking open world game, a unique open world game in its setting, in its story, and all that kind of stuff, but it didn't really change the world as far as what you're supposed to do in the game. It's repetitive, and it's got all the same things that you would see. It's got all the same things that you would see in your typical Ubisoft open world game. But that's okay, because everybody likes to take a crap on Ubisoft open world games, but they sell a bajillion of them, and they're actually pretty fun if you are interested in the setting, the history, the locale, all that stuff. They're certainly not the worst games out there. It's just that when you get a game that's that big and that open worldy, it repeats a lot. That's really the only complaint that people can have about these things, is that what you're doing is kind of fun, just kind of gets old after you do it 1,000 times. But even with that being said, I still really like the game. Super cool. Great art style, great music. I like the lack of a HUD where you just follow the wind. That's super cool. Other than the Ghost of Tsushima, I've been playing some other stuff. When I was making the video for Golden Tee, I decided to try out Golden Tee back on the PlayStation 1. That's actually pretty good. It's hilarious because it has the exact same music and everything when you turn it on as the cabinet does. It doesn't have a trackball, obviously, but they did find a kind of a unique way to sort of mimic what you're doing with the trackball as far as spinning it backwards and spinning it forward. There's an arrow backwards and an arrow forward, and you can adjust the angle of those arrows, and then that gives you the same kind of ball motion or whatever. Check this out real quick since I'm up here. You guys can see this real quick. Look at that, isn't that nice? Just looks like you're out in the middle of nowhere. Kind of are. But in only minutes, we'll be right back to home. So, anyways, yeah, the game is, it's just like playing the other one then. You can do it with analog sticks or you can play it without them.
Get over the water.
Hey, that's a lot of fun to do. Play that game like that. I've been playing one of my all-time favorites. I got to do a video on this one too. Is it's got a very long title. The title is Car and Driver Presents Grand Tour Racing 98. I think that's the full title. I obviously don't have it in front of me here on my bike, but if I remember correct, you'll see it on the screen if I screw it up. But my God, I can still play that game today for hours. The music, I actually have if you put a PS1 disc in your computer, all the music is on it, like a CD, same as it used to be, and you can put that in your iTunes. You can put it on your computer or whatever. So I actually have Grand Tour Racing 98, Car and Driver, whatever. I actually have that music on my phone and I listen to it when I'm driving around sometimes. Nerd alert. But the graphics on that game being totally blocky, the steering being really kind of all over the place. There's all kinds of stuff about that that's not great. Lots of stuff about that game that's not great, but yet the game is great. Even today. I don't know how many racing games I have on my PS4. Hell, I even got VR. Can play a lot of them in VR. I still go back and play Grand Tour Racing 98. That music is so good. And the fact that it's, when you go around corners, if you so much as breathe on the other cars, you're spinning out. You might as well start over because you're done. You're not gonna catch up. That game's too good. And don't even start with the buggies. My God. They've got different cars you can race as. One of them is buggies. Oh my God. Hope I don't sound like I'm breathing in your throat or breathing in your ears all day long with this stupid video. This is a hill. You have to exert. Maybe I don't go on enough bike rides. Getting all blown up from going up a hill. But that's okay, we gotta stop for the cars. And the cars are supposed to stop for us. And as you can see, they don't. Some of them do. Hey. Some of them do, a lot of them don't. Everybody's late for something. Gotta hurry up and get there. Woo! So yeah, we were talking about the buggies. And those buggies, man, my gosh. Go ahead and try the game. Play it. Turn on the buggies. You'll see what I'm talking about. If you thought that you crashed quickly when you touched other cars in the regular cars, try it in the buggies. You're in deep trouble there. The buggies are open wheel and they have just, it's no tolerance for anything but perfect driving. The buggies will get you. But that's what makes it fun. The fact that you have to play that game over and over again just to get it right. I'm telling you, the more I think about it and the more I talk about it, I'm so glad that I'm not going to be interested in the new games. It costs so much. New systems are supposed to be like $500. Hey, I wonder if everyone sees the camera and that's why they're waving at us. Hi, everybody. It's an old GoPro, just like everything I have in me, old. It's a GoPro I've had for a few years, so it's not huge, but it's less inconspicuous than the new ones. The new ones are like spy cams practically. This thing's sitting on my handlebars and looks like a GoPro sitting on a handlebar. People are used to seeing that now. So what else have we been playing? Let's see. I did download some stuff off of the PS4 sale. They're having some good sales. And tried out that Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts. The last one, Sniper Ghost Warrior 3, wasn't terrible, but it had some big problems as far as load times, and you know, it's a full price game that doesn't really stand up to other full price games. It's a little budgety looking. So I was kind of holding off on the Ghost Warrior Contracts one, but I'm glad I picked it up. It was cheap, and I thought, well, nothing really to lose here. Could be kind of cool. It's actually way better than 3. Way better than 3. It's not completely open world, but it doesn't have to be. It's got big open world maps, but they're kind of self-contained into the missions that are on those maps. It kind of reminds you of probably some Hitman. The way Hitman has big open levels and you have a bunch of different objectives to do within the level. It's really Hitman-y. And a little bit of Metal Gear Solid, because it's very stealthy. Hide and you sneak up behind guys, you do a bunch of stuff like that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, if you see that one on sale and you like those types of games, give it a try. It's another one of those ones where you go through the level and then you try to think of new and creative ways to go back through the level again and complete the objectives. It's not bad. Not bad at all. What else have I been playing? Let's see. Oh gosh. Can't believe I forgot about this. I only played through the first of the 3 episodes of Vader Immortal. Oh man. So if you are a Star Wars fan like me, if you're around my age, you probably are. It's what we grew up on. Lived and breathed that stuff. So Darth Vader being, I have to say, my favorite character of all the Star Wars characters.
Hey, how did you?
So I'm playing Vader Immortal, and I don't play a ton of my VR, sadly. Let's get up this hill. Woo! You really got to climb those ones. Got another big one coming up. Same one that I lost my GoPro on when we were coming down. But I do have this stretch where I can tell you more about Vader Immortal. All right. Whew. So yeah, you put on your headset And it's not the most action type of game there is. You do a lot of, I don't know, just kind of sitting back and watching. You do have to battle with lightsabers, and that's cool. But the thing that really impressed me the most was when, right at the beginning, you're standing there in your ship, the stormtroopers come in, and play this game standing up. Do yourself a favor, play this game standing up in your VR. Stand there and the stormtrooper comes over and gets in your face with his gun. That is some scary stuff. And then when Vader walks in, I'm not super tall to begin with, but I was eye to eye with the stormtrooper. And Vader comes in and my God, he's as tall as this hill is that I'm driving up here right now. Here we go. Oh man, I can't go fast down here. I'll lose my GoPro again. Let's just go nice and easy. We made it. We lived. But I'm telling you, when you stand there and Vader comes walking in and looks at you, it is an intimidating sight. It's cool. My first reaction was, oh my God, it's Darth Vader. I forgot I was standing in my bedroom with a VR headset on. I really did. If you would have seen my face, I had like one of the biggest stupid 5-year-olds type of grin when Vader comes walking up to me. Really, really unlike anything that I've played in VR before. Really good stuff. And the only reason why I haven't gone through episodes 2 and 3 yet is because I don't want to blow through it. And as soon as I'm done with it, I'm probably going to go back in and play it again because it's super cool. You know, I like my VR headset for a bunch of different games, but a lot of times it makes me sick. I get motion sickness with it, but I didn't care. I didn't get it at all when I was playing this one. You're not really walking around a lot. So for me, this was the perfect VR game. Vader Immortal. And that leads me into the next thing. Like I said, I'm not buying new consoles and stuff, but I do still have a PS4 with VR, so Squadrons is coming out. Star Wars Squadrons. It's going to be cheap too. I guess because it's just it's not multiplayer only. It does have a single player. I looked it up. It does have single player, but the entire game is going to be in VR. So if you played the VR mission on Battlefront, the first one, Battlefront 1, from earlier, it looks a lot like that. And that was really cool, but that was only like one mission. More like a teaser than anything else. But if you've been around my channel for any length of time, I'm sure I've talked about the fact that X-Wing is my favorite game all time. From back in the day on the PC. I still play it these days occasionally. Love X-Wing, I love TIE Fighter, all those sim flying space Star Wars games. Those were the best. And this seems a lot like it. And here we go. Usually I go fast here, but I won't lose GoPro again. All right. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the Squadrons game because it's going to be like playing X-Wing in VR with a flight stick. I got a HOTAS stick for my PS4 for stuff like Ace Combat. My goodness. Playing through an entire Star Wars game and then playing online multiplayer Star Wars game in VR, basically X-Wing. It's a bit of a dream come true, really. And the fact that it's gonna be 40 bucks. It's not even gonna be 60 bucks. And they claim there's no DLC or microtransactions. We shall see. But even without that, still really psyched for that. So anyway, everybody, we're back here at home and done with the bike ride. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for going for a ride, talking about some games and stuff. Let me know down below if you like this kind of content, if this is cool, if this is stupid. Give me a like, give me a dislike, whatever you like. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody.
Hey, thanks everybody for sticking with me and watching the entire video. I hope you liked it. The best way to help out the channel is to leave a like, leave a comment, and tell your friends. If you'd like to support the channel further, there are links in the description. But otherwise, always remember that you never outgrow video games. My name's Chad the Gaming Dad, and we'll see you on the next one. So long, everybody.